Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 8 Thursday Night Football prediction between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the LA Rams, starting with linebacker Troy Reader with a hamstring injury, wide receiver Jordan Whitington. I don't know if how you say that. If I said it wrong, well, boo-hoo. Shoulder injury for him. Offensive lineman Joe Noteboom with an ankle injury. All three players are out for this game. Then we move on to Braden Fisk, defensive end with a back injury. Nose tackle Nabil Gallimore with a shoulder injury. And wide receiver Puka Nakua with a knee injury. All players questionable for this game. And then we have Cooper Kupp with an ankle injury. Obviously, Kupp is going to play. That's a given. Now, the question is Puka going to play? And I actually believe he will. I believe Tua will not miss this game. I think he finally will get back onto the field with the LA Rams and he will play. The same goes for Neville Gallimore. I think that he'll play in this game despite his shoulder injury. The only one that I think will not play out of the questionable players is Braden Fisk. I think his injury, his back injury, is too severe. I think he's not going to make it to the hour before the game. So, yeah, I think he's going to be out along with Joe Noteboom, Jordan Whitington. I don't know if that's how you say it. And linebacker Troy Reader. Now, when it comes to the Rams injury report, it's not that heavy. So, I'm not really expecting that big of a downturn on either offense or defense for the LA Rams. Now, on to the offense of the LA Rams, starting with quarterback Matthew Stafford, running back Kyron Williams, wide receiver Cooper Kupp, Tutu Atwell, and Puka Nakua. But if Nakua cannot go, Tyler Johnson will take over. Tight end will be Colby Parkinson, left tackle Aldrich Jackson, Logan Bruss, the left guard, Bio, Bio, I don't know how you say that, Limber will be the center, Kevin Dotson, the right guard, and Rob Havenstein, the right tackle. The offensive line, going to see a little bit of an issue on the left side of the field, so not really much when it comes to Heavenstein and Dotson. I think both those guys are pretty solid on the offensive line, so no issues from that side, mostly from the left, and maybe from Limmer as well, 50-50 on him, but other than that, pretty decent offensive line. Lee Parkinson, we'll be seeing him a lot in this game. If they cannot find up, he's the most likely last target, obviously as a tight end. But I mean, Kobe Parkinson is a good tight end, and he could be potentially a big threat for the Minnesota Vikings. Although this is the Vikings, who have been an incredible team throughout this season, so it's going to be real tough for him. And when it comes to the receiving core, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua, obviously coming off of injuries, probably not going to be a big factor in this game. Tutu Atwell may be, but not that much. Maybe we'll see a little bit of Tyler Johnson. Then we get to Kyron Williams. He'll definitely have something to do in this game. I think he'll have a 100-yard game today and potentially even one touchdown. And Matthew Stafford, he's going to have an all right game. So realistically, like I said, left side. So he's going to have to actually be looking on his blind side a lot in this game because I don't trust that left side of the field on the offensive line as much as I do the right side. Other than that, I think the Rams offense will be pretty solid in this game. Now on to the defense of the LA Rams, starting with defensive end Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner. If Fisk cannot go, Jonah Williams will take over at defensive end on the left side. Nose tackle will be Bobby Brown III. We'll see Byron Young at the weak side linebacker position and Jared Verse on the strong side linebacker position. Omar Sprites and Christian Roseboom will be the inside linebackers. Corners is Kobe Durant and Josh Wallace with Quentin Lake, if he's not put at free safety, potentially at nickelback. Otherwise, he'll be at free safety. And then we get Cameron Curl at strong safety. When it comes down to the LA Rams defense, front seven, I'm gonna be a little shaky on that because of the offensive line of the Vikings. But Jared Verse is a big time rookie for the LA Rams, so I'm expecting him to get to Sam Darnold a few times in this game. And Byron Young too. Oh my goodness, this guy, he's pretty good dude. So I'm expecting him maybe a few rushes, not a sack, but maybe a few pressures on Sam Darnold. And then when it comes to the linebacking core of Sprites and Roseboom, they'll be decent in this game. Kobe Durant and Josh Wallace, they're not going to survive against Justin Jefferson and that receiving core of the Minnesota Vikings, including Jordan Addison. So, yeah, not really that much. Also, Quentin Lake and Cameron Curl in the backfield, not really that great. So, I'm expecting some big passes from Sam Darnold today. And yeah, this defense is really the only problem is in the secondary. I have their front seven being relatively decent. So, other than that, we'll be seeing if the Rams are able to really pressure the quarterback Sam Darnold into making mistakes. Now, on to the injury report of the Minnesota Vikings, starting with linebacker Blake Cashman with a toe injury. He's out for the game. Then we got cornerback Caleb Evans with a hip injury, tight end TJ Hawkinson with a knee injury, and guard Dalton Reisner with a back injury. All three questionable for this game. Then we move on to Theo Jackson with a hand injury, running back Aaron Jones with a hamstring injury, linebacker Patrick Jones with a shoulder injury, tight end Josh Oliver with a wrist injury, and defensive tackle Harrison Phillips with a shoulder injury. Now, in my opinion, I think all the players who are questionable will play. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But who is the most hindered on which side of the field for the Vikings? I think that's the defense. Losing Cashman, potentially losing Evans, and having players like Theo Jackson, Patrick Jones, and especially Harrison Phillips injured. These are players that realistically the Vikings should watch out for because losing them could actually hinder their chances to win. So I'm thinking that the defense of the Vikings will be hindered, but not too badly. I don't think it's like super terrible that they're not going to do anything. I think it's like you are going to be doing a few good plays and a few bad plays. That's the kind of hindrance I think the Vikings defense will have in this game. Now, moving on to the offense of the Minnesota Vikings, we got quarterback Sam Darnold, running back Aaron Jones, fullback CJ Ham, wide receivers Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jalen Naylor. So, when it comes to the tight end, we got Johnny Munt, we got left tackle Christian Darisaw, left guard Blake Brandel, center will be Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram will be the right guard, and Brian O'Neill, the right tackle. When it comes down to the Vikings, I think that they're going to have a decent offensive line, especially on the side of Darisaw, because I think that the weak side is going to be Darisaw's. I don't think he's that good of an offensive lineman. He is decent, but he's not what he should be. So I'm going to be a little bit of a hindrance on the Minnesota Vikings on their left side of the offensive line. Otherwise, you got Justin Jefferson, you got Jordan Addison, and you got Johnny Munt, and also you got Jalen Naylor. And then you got Aaron Jones in the backfield. These guys are going to make the Vikings offense roar to life. Despite the offensive line, I think that the offense of the Vikings will be very good in the pass game and a few handoffs for Jones, not getting 100 yards, but definitely doing a lot for the Vikings in this game, while Sam Darnold, well, hopefully for him, he stays upright and does not find himself with Jared Verse coming right after him. Now, on to the defense of the Minnesota Vikings. We got defensive end Jerry Tillery and Jonathan Bullard. Nose tackle is Harrison Phillips. Weak side linebacker Jonathan Greenard. Strong side linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel. Inside linebackers Ivan Pace and Camus Guerrier Hill. I don't know if I said that correctly. Then we get cornerback Stephon Gilmore and Shaquille Griffin. Nickelback will be Byron Murphy Jr. Cameron Bynum will be the free safety with Harrison Smith as the strong safety. Now, when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings defense, I'm thinking that the Minnesota Vikings defense will have a decent opportunity, but in the end, the injuries are really going to hamper them a little bit. Obviously, losing Cashman going to hinder the linebacking core. But if they get Harrison on that field, Hillary, Bullard, and Harrison coming after the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, I'm thinking that this team is going to be a very good one. And then you got Stephon Gilmore's and Shaquille Griffin, obviously not what they used to be, but still relatively decent. And if they can shut down, obviously, Puka Nakua and for Cup, then it's all set and done. And the Vikings would have another win. But realistically, are the injuries really going to hinder, or will they be just a footnote for the Minnesota Vikings? Now, in conclusion, I have the Minnesota Vikings winning this 28-23 over the Los Angeles Rams. I think that Sam Darnold's just going to lead this team back and realistically win this game. I think that even though they lost the Lions, I mean, it's just one game. I think this game is a lot easier. So this is a must win. Obviously, the defense will be hindered. So most likely, we'll be seeing a little bit of Matthew Stafford doing some magic. But other than that, it's really up for a coin toss on depending on whose injuries really hindered their team. That's what will really define this game as either the Minnesota Vikings or the LA Rams will win. I believe the Vikings will come out on top. Now that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also tell me down in the comments below who do you think will win and who do you think will lose. Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.